My next guest is a movie queen whose peekaboo hairstyle became a national fad. She left Hollywood at the height of her career and never returned. Her autobiography, Veronica, which is just out, I believe, tells how she succeeded and also how she failed. And it's an interesting document about what can happen to a person in Hollywood. Will you welcome, please, Miss Veronica Lake. This photograph, for some reason, I don't know why I remember you more this way. This picture on the back of the book. Do you remember what you were thinking when you posed for a photograph like that?
I think that was the original Lolita, whatever you want to name, that was it.
Yeah.
That was 17.
You were 17 at that time?
This is 48 now.
The one thing I do
Now I can giggle.
Yeah. You know what I want to know most, and I never asked you this. I met you one time before, and I forgot to ask. Is it true?
Well, you can ask it. I won't guarantee an answer.
I'll ask it. Is it true that Alan Ladd had to stand on a box because he was short and they had to dig a trench?
No, I had to stand on the box to be taller than, but depending on the angle of the camera.
Yeah. But for many of his leading ladies, he had to stand on a box.
Well, I'm only 5'2". He was 5'8.5".
Yes,
so
but for
I
some
got
of
to
them...
wear flat heel shoes with him all the time. It was lovely.
What's your height?
5'2".
5'2". And what was Alan Ladd's actual height?
5'8.5", which surprises people.
Oh, yeah.
Because they think of him as being much smaller. But he was beautifully put together, but small-boned.
And The Blue Dahlia, was that your favorite film with him, or your favorite film of all? That's the one I always think of when I think of you, The Blue Dahlia.
Oddly enough, all of the pictures that Alan and I made together were good commercial pictures, but not my favorites.
Yeah. Do you miss Hollywood?
I'm going to find out shortly, aren't I?
Yeah. You're going back for...
Well, I don't know whether they're going to axe me or what. After they read this book, that was a yerk. I've already said I'm going to look through that airplane window and say, are they welcoming me home with open arms, or they're ready to have their guillotine after me?
Were you as cool in those days as you look in these photographs? You look like the coolest person in the world.
I think about the only thing I could say about that, I probably, and I didn't have that expression at the time, but I was probably the original teeny bopper.
Really?
Because I was so frightened. This was the facade of the coolness, the cold, and the whole bit, that I think rather than a sex symbol, I was a sex zombie.
Yeah, what a strange phrase. Sounds like a drink made with an oyster. You know, this hairdo, which was at that time the most famous hairdo in the world, was imitated a lot, and then it got involved with the U.S. government. Can you explain how that happened?
That took an act of Congress, too. Surprised they didn't deport me by an act of Congress. But this...
You know what I'm referring to?
No, yes, I do, love. This truly happened, that during the war years, with the long hair and the factories and the whole bit, everybody imitating it, they really did. They could snatch themselves bald-headed.
In machinery.
They didn't have some way of catching it back.
Yeah.
So I really had to wear my hair in every style so long as it wasn't hanging loose during the war.
And there's a picture of you in the book working with some machinery, the way the girls did who worked in the defense plants, to show that it
that was done as an advertising or PR or whatever, saying this is what can happen to you. And they made it legal that you had to wear the little visor caps, but they had a snood in the back to keep their hair in. Yeah. And believe it or not, right now, if there weren't 10 cans of lacquer on my hair, it would be over here.
You mean it never got untrained from that?
No, it's by Mother Nature.
It has to do with your part or something, you explained once.
No, it's a natural break in my hair.
It goes there.
It's just a natural break in my hair.
Yeah.
If I get out of the shower, you'll be sopping wet the minute it's dry. And I'm going...
When we come back,
May I tell you a funny about a show that I did the other day? Will the real one stand up?
Yes. Oh, we have a station break, and when we come back, would you tell it then? Because we'll get behind. We'll be right back. So,